Hey, we're here to meet Anonymous X. Has to be that guy.
Can't you see I'm busy? Go bother someone else.
No. Okay. Let's try to be professional about this.
Death and life have their determined appointments.
What? Oh, and riches and honors depend upon heaven. Very good.
Right, what now?
Shh. They have eyes and ears everywhere. Meet me outside the clinic. Turn left from the front and go down the stairs. I'll be waiting at the corner.
It's better be worth it. He's clearly a guy who doesn't know what he's doing. He's watched movies and he's imitating them, how they should act.
It doesn't happen often, folks, but it appears that. Excuse me, do you know where the limb clinic is?
Over here.
Yes, it's on
Come on
Xichen
now.
Road, near the market.
Great.
I'm relieved to know they sent a professional, at least.
That makes two of us.
Right. Well, you're not exactly what I was expecting. I was told I would be meeting a girl. How do I know you're not an imposter or some sort of double agent? Don't think I don't know this could all just be an elaborate trap to set me up.
Look, no offense, Mr. X, or whatever your name is, but I really don't have time for this. So if you could simply just give me what I came for, I'll be on my way.
Yes, yes. I have it right here. Evelyn Carmichael's autopsy report. Here, take it.
Thank you.
I trust you will put this information to good use. Because accountability and justice is at an all-time low, I'm afraid. It pains me to see this once great city, which stood as a bastion for reform and progress against our oppressive communist origins, succumb to the trappings of corporate bureaucracy and petty corruption. Corruption so often typical of your Western governments.
Whatever you say. Now, if you don't mind, I really must be going.
Well, there is still the matter of my payment. 1,000 credits was the agreed-upon price, I believe. Isn't that right?
We already got what we came for, so we could refuse. Now I hate the fact no one mentioned about this. So maybe the payment would have basically been handled by someone else, or he's trying to bullshit us.
And what were you just saying about corruption?
A deal is a deal. Surely your handlers informed you of this little detail.
No, my handlers failed to mention this little detail. Never mind. Just take your money. This report better be worth it.
Oh, I assure you it is. Whoever it was that didn't want this information given to the proper authorities paid a lot of money to have it ignored. A pity for them, limb policy strictly prohibits deletion of records concerning operational procedures. For legal purposes, you see.
Legal, right. Nice doing business with you, X.
Give me my money. Okay, where do we need to go next? Jackpot 009. We'll read all the evidence at the same time. Hmm.
他火热的气息没把你烧焦了。
Amy. I think those are augmentation adverts. 009. First pass start at the second level.
Earth's ecosphere is in serious trouble, Eliza.
It's an interesting arrangement. Basically, very minor sleeping quarters. No personal space, no bathrooms, no kitchens. So there's public services for food and sanitation. that's not exactly out of the ordinary, but the scale is. Yeah,
If you would like to hear more of my exclusive
you can basically have a little bit of shelf space and a bed, and that's your apartment here. Everything else is basically if you need the place to rest, and most of the day you're basically somewhere else.
Billionaire Hugh Darrow has contacted me personally to deny accusations involving
Okay, rooftop pitfall claims another. Evelyn Carmichael, a young woman in her early 20s, became one of the latest victims claimed by the deadly Yozhao rooftops that have authorities clambering for stricter safety regulations and zoning permits. Sources close to the victim say Evelyn had been out celebrating with her boyfriend before the incident occurred. A witness, whose identity was not released, claims she slipped and fell while ascending one of the many staircases that connect the Yuzhao to and Kaigan rooftops with Pandeng Street below. Police believe alcohol or drugs may have influenced the fatal accident, but officials claim the tragedy could have been avoided if laws were different. Okay, that's a news report. That's not useful. Okay. Copy of the police report. Incident: 23-year-old Caucasian female, DOA from probable fall downstairs. Only witness is boyfriend who was found at scene. Victim Evelyn Carmichael. Severe head trauma, cranial lacerations, internal bleeding, swelling likely cause of death. Suspects: Lee Hong. Okay, at approximately 23:49, personnel from the LHPF responded to a distress call from suspect Lee Hong. Upon arrival at the scene, the responding officer witnessed Evelyn Carmichael on the ground near. Victim was unresponsive. First response EMT unit of the scene pronounced victim deceased at approximately 2 minutes past midnight. Victim was transported for further evaluation and possible treatment. There's some portions that have been basically blacked out, so there are gaps here and there. Suspect, wearing a shirt covered in what appeared to be the victim's blood, was questioned by responding officer Sergeant Marie. The suspect was visibly distressed, claiming victim had been drinking prior to the incident and had fallen. Suspect was tested, confirming suspicion of intoxication. Suspect was then detained and transported to further questioning after EMT unit cleared him for release. Suspect later claimed incident occurred moments before call to LHPF emergency, roughly between 23:40 and 23:45. Further screening and urinalysis revealed narcotic element EXT9 in suspect's system. Suspect remained in custody until before being released. Forensic evidence at the scene turned up inconclusive data to support suspect's claim. Blood splatter analysis concluded that while blood cast off patterns matched those of a fall, there was no evidence of a low to medium velocity impact spatter to match victim's wound and the probable cause of death, blunt force head trauma and intracranial hemorrhaging. Further investigations into the case are suspended until post-mortem evaluation and autopsy is concluded. Pending further evidence, suspect is clear of prosecution, formal charges or otherwise by order of attorney. Who the hell had the autopsy? How do I get to look at it? That's the bigger problem. Okay. Anonymous X. Time of death 22:15. The suspect told it was about an hour and a half later. Final diagnosis: craniocerebral injury, scalp contusion, linear pattern of lacerations of right side of skull, linear pattern of lacerations of right cerebral hemisphere, subarachnoid and subdural hemorrhage, small contusions, tips of temporal lobes, abrasion of left cheek, abrasion contusion posterior left shoulder, abrasion of right lower back, posterior right lower leg. Toxicologic studies. Blood ethanol, none. Drugs, none. So definitely not partying, not drinking, not using drugs. Cause of death of this 23-year-old female is asphyxia by seizure associated with craniocerebral trauma and intracranial hemorrhaging. Quantitative blood tests revealed a high level of HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin, in the subject's bloodstream, a hormone produced during the early stages of pregnancy. Further examination confirmed the presence of first trimester fetal development. So she was pregnant, probably knew it, didn't use drugs or alcohol. Very likely AIDS. Everything seems to support.
Malik, I just got the autopsy report. No drugs or alcohol in Evelyn's system. And her estimated time of death doesn't fit Lee's story. She did die from a head wound, but not one that matches the evidence found at the scene.
I knew it. It couldn't have been just an accident.
There's more. Evelyn was pregnant. Malik?
I'm here. We can't let him get away with this, Jensen. He's guilty. He has to be. Can you go to his apartment?
And do what?
Get proof. Get something. I'm sending you the coordinates. Contact me again when you're there.
What exactly does she suppose I do? It's probably been a long time since the killing happened, so chances of finding something worthwhile is pretty much zero. Either way, it's not about whether we can prove he did it, it's us doing a favor for Fly Girl. We don't exactly have forensic capabilities anyway, so we have, yeah, there's no way. Aiming, face, breast, and crotch. I guess would these be the augmentations? The prostitute or working girl was talking about augmentations, maybe in the face or in the brain, breasts, and the vagina area. But that seems like basically you're they're trying to make you into real doll territory. You're basically making your body as a tool for other people's pleasure. It's not on this level, so we have to go up. Wonder, didn't they just want to go into details, or didn't they really bother to come up with anything? It's definitely on this level. It's not this. I don't know. I think we can make it. Yeah. The spam node saved our assets.
Access granted.
Access granted. $200 experience. And a little bit of cash. Ooh, a little more cash, hopefully. It's not like our monetary situation is bad, though.
Access granted.
620 credits. And sniper rifle ammo. Ah. We don't have a... yeah. Shit. I'm going to try to blow it open first. The hacking tools are more valuable than these mines. Trying to find something to pick up. There's nothing. Well, I didn't notice a lot of cops here anyways. So I guess it doesn't really matter. So what exactly... Ooh. Did I come here to find Lee?
Malik, I'm inside Lee's apartment. Doesn't look like anyone's home.
Damn. Okay, look. Lee isn't smart enough to properly cover his tracks, so look around. Maybe you can find something suspicious.
Suspicious. Well, it's a suspiciously empty apartment.
Lee, baby. Can't wait to see you today. But I'm stuck at work. I know, I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you, baby. I promise. I'll meet you at the Hive, okay? Just don't get the party started without me.
A lot of people coming our way.
The Hive? I should have guessed Lee would be there. It's pretty much a second home for him.
Wait a minute, you heard that?
Sorry, Jensen. I don't like invading your privacy like this, but it's important. Plus, this gives me an idea. When you're done looking around Lee's apartment, head to the Hive. Contact me when you're there.
I'll keep looking. I'm sure there's more here.
I'm sure the guys will basically just investigate the explosion and then leave it. So as long as we don't go out there and try to cause trouble, we should be home free. I don't even know what they would be. I didn't spot any cops here, really. So they're either bell tower security or local harvesters. We probably need to hack the computer. We'll hack it if nothing else will suffice. Yeah, they're still in alert status. I don't know how they could suspect me though. That's the one thing that bothers me.
Malik, I found a baseball bat, but it looks clean. Almost like it's been washed recently.
Maybe Lee washed Evelyn's blood off of it.
That's what I'm thinking. But I'm not sure it could inflict the type of laceration she had. I'll stick around a bit. I'm sure there's still more to find.
Yeah, there aren't that many items here.
Malik, I think I got a probable murder weapon. A broken clock. The kicker is the hands line up roughly with Evelyn's TOD. Coincidence?
That's a hell of a stretch. You really think?
If Lee's as dumb as you say, maybe. We'd need lab tech analysis to confirm, but if there ever was a smoking gun, it fits. I'll make one last sweep to make sure I got everything.
Yeah, there's still something. It has to be the computer. Okay. Do not disgrace us, my son. Your behavior as of late has been disgraceful. Up until now, I've done everything in my power to support and protect you. My patience is running thin. If you do not change your embarrassing lifestyle, I will have no choice but to remove you from both the company and family, meaning no more financial support or immunity. You dishonor us all with your whoremongering. Regards, father. Yes, your mother is well, but she is disappointed. I suggest you apologize to her. Send flowers.
Malik, looks like Hong Sr. was upset with Hong Jr.'s behavior and threatened to cut off his inheritance if he didn't stop whoring around. Sounds like he considered Evelyn beneath the family name.
And if he knew she was pregnant, I can't believe Lee would do something like that just for money.
Speaking of money, the Hong family seems heavily invested in both Bell Tower and Lim. That could explain the cover-up and lack of a proper investigation. Okay, I think that's it. I'm heading to the Hive now. I doubt we'll find anything else in here without calling in a forensics team.
Sounds good.
Still, this doesn't prove anything. We need... Guess we need a confession. But that's asking quite a bit. Who's the hostile guy here? Yeah, it's in the hotel. Yeah, that's not a problem.
The Hive is a members-only club, Lao Wai. Without a membership card, I can't let you in.
You telling me I gotta pay to get into this dive?
We've got a reputation to keep. Can't let just anyone get in here.
Just anyone with the money.
No pay, no play. You want in or not?
It's 1,000 new.
Maybe another time.
All right, your business. You come back and see me if you change your mind.
Okay, there was an alternative entrance that led to the ladies' room. So where is it?
Malik, I'm in the Hive. What's your plan?
Find Lee and talk to him. I want you to convince him you know exactly what he did to Evelyn and why. If you can make him panic, I'm willing to bet he'll spill his guts. Just make it look like blackmail. If he's willing to pay to keep you quiet, he's basically tying his own noose. I'll listen in and record everything.
Got it.
No one knew. Are you Lee? I don't think so, no.
What you want, Chrome Boy?
Is your name Lee Hong?
Yeah, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. What's it to you?
I want to talk to you about Evelyn Carmichael.
Man, it's off! I already told all you narcos all there is to say.
Relax. I'm not with the police. I work private. And you could say I specialize in cases like yours.
If you ain't police, then what the fuck you want?
A simple proposition. I have proof that shows you murdered Evelyn. And I want you to pay me 2.5 million credits to make that proof disappear.
2.5? Bullshit. You ain't got shit on me, narco. I ain't paying you shit.
I strongly suggest you reconsider.
And I strongly suggest you get the fuck out of my face. Because unless you got your proof right here, I ain't got shit to say to you.
All right. Let's start with the police report. I know your story doesn't match up with the evidence at the scene of Evelyn's fall.
Oh yeah? And why's that?
It wasn't well falsified.
Because the police report revealed inconclusive blood spatter analysis. Meaning the wound that killed Evelyn happened before she ever fell down those stairs.
Yeah, and? That still don't prove shit.
Not only does the evidence not add up, but neither does your testimony. You lied about why Evelyn fell down the stairs in the first place.
Drunk or drug? Probably drunk.
You said you'd both been drinking heavily prior to the accident, and the reason Evelyn fell was because she was drunk. We both know that isn't true.
Man, that shit was in the papers.
Now, if the evidence doesn't fit and your story was a lie, then how did Evelyn die on that night? Well, the answer is pretty simple, really. You killed her. But how? By hitting her in the head with that antique clock you keep so prominently displayed in your apartment. The lacerations on her head, the intracranial hemorrhaging, it's the perfect match.
In my apartment? How the fuck do you know what's in my apartment?
And like any good crime of passion, you needed motivation, something to fuel your violent outbursts. What did Evelyn say or do to make you murder her?
Yeah, pregnant.
She told you she was pregnant, and you panicked. Faced with the prospect of losing your easy way of life, you struck out at her in anger.
How? That's impossible.
But now the final piece of the puzzle. Why was Evelyn's death never considered a murder investigation? Because your family, one of the wealthiest and most influential families in Shanghai, covered it up. But whose silence did they buy?
In clinic. Yeah, the autopsy.
Lim. Your family's sizable investments in Lim assured the autopsy performed on Evelyn's body would never see the light of day, and her death would simply fall through the cracks of an already crumbling justice system.
Fuck this shit, man! And fuck you!
I can help you, Lee. But only for a price.
Alright, fuck! I can't believe this shit! I'll pay you, man! I'll pay you, just... What do you need from me?
Details. Let me hear your side of the story, and then we'll move on from there.
I don't know. Evelyn, that stupid bitch! She was going to ruin me. I didn't mean to kill her, okay? Evelyn wouldn't shut up about us, about the baby, so I hit her. I just wanted to make her shut her stupid mouth. But the dumb bitch started freaking out. So I hit her again until she finally stopped screaming. When I realized what I'd done, I panicked. She was barely breathing, so I carried her to the stairs near my apartment and dropped her. I had to make sure it looked like an accident. I had no choice. She trapped me. She just wanted my money. I would have been ruined.
I need to go. We'll be in contact again soon.
Huh? What about the evidence? And the money? Where the fuck you going?
Goodbye, Lee. Malik, please tell me you got a recording of all that.
Oh my God, Jensen, I could kiss you right now. I can't believe you got him to confess so openly like that.
To be honest, it was easier than I was expecting. You were definitely right about Lee. He's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed.
Well, don't get too cocky just yet. Before I send our little friend's confession off to the local media and authorities, I want to get some Shanghai street justice first. There's a control panel linked to the hive I need you to hack. Uploading the coordinates now.
Well, none of the security personnel is looking our way, so how are we gonna hack this?
Alright, Malik. It's hacked.
Verifying the signal. Come on, come on. Okay, I'm in.
That's
Remote frequencies are
hostile
clear,
towards
thank
us.
God. Uploading now. And done. Meet me in front of the hive, Jensen.
Shit.
I have a little surprise for our friend Lee.
Yeah, this isn't exactly without its problems, relying on these hacking tools. Probably can't go upstairs anymore. Not a huge problem though. We have one side quest here and it has nothing to do with the upstairs.
Jensen.
Malik?
Well, first take this. I was gonna use it myself, but after everything you've done, I think you deserve it more.
So what are you gonna do now?
I have a few loose ends to tie up, and I need to make sure this autopsy report finds its way into the right hands. The Hongs aren't gonna buy their way out of this one.
Lee's confession is solid. With that and the evidence from the autopsy, there's no way he can avoid prosecution. Justice will be served.
Oh, justice will be served, all right. You might want to stick around for a second. I've got one last little surprise for our friend Lee. Are you facing the hive? It's almost showtime. In 3, 2...
Malik?
Just watch.
I don't know. Evelyn, that stupid bitch. She was going to ruin me.
Yeah, that's dirty.
Malik,
Shitty thing to
remind
do.
me never to piss you off.
After everything you've done here for Evelyn, for me, you'd have to try pretty hard, mister.
I understand that he's a murderer and deserves all that's coming to him, but public humiliation and shaming, I don't see that leading to really any good things in these type of situations. If anything, it leads to further evils be committed or some kind of vigilante justice. Either way, it's not in any way helping an orderly society and justice. It might be well, I still think it's questionable at best. It might have some use cases in situations that are very Not non-criminal, I mean real mild. So basically the community is trying to, if not police itself, trying to basically to try to hold up to certain levels of standards or behavior without, because in the minor cases it's very unlikely to result into any kind of retributional actions, or it's not that big of a deal even if you're named and shamed. And the embarrassment of the situation might get you to improve your things. For example, very minor, just I wouldn't know, maybe someone's outing his dog on the edge of a lawn, and he's basically got a mention of it because it shits there, and once one of the dogs shits there, it's going to attract others to do the same place. So it creates a problem, and a person wouldn't voluntarily. I mean, the owner mentions it, but he's being a prick for some reason. So basically putting a little bit of a community pressure on him to act like a decent human being. I don't see that in all that as harmful, because the stakes are so low. With the murders, whatever, better. With more serious action, I see that there's a problem. Either way, it undermines the justice system, because it's the basically punishments and consequences for breaking laws don't come from the laws themselves anymore. They're community brought justice. The land is storage unit code 68330. I guess it might. I sort of see it as an extension of, in general, all kind of punishment that is not really mandated by the law, because you think they deserve it. You're not really looking out for justice or just punishment. You're looking out to pay back revenge. And that's sort of the entire point of having a justice system, so you don't have the back and forth that revenge or retaliation systems cause, and the cycles that they can easily bring about. 3 augmentation points. Also, in general, you don't want your citizens taking justice into their own hands, even if with the best of intentions, and it's really easy for people who don't really deserve it to be the victims at some point, sooner or later, and it can be used to cause a lot of bad things. But I also don't think it's if your point is to sort of strengthen the rule of law, it's hard to see you succeeding in that when the first lesson you are taught to people is that you can act outside the law in certain circumstances, and it's perfectly fine. That becomes sort of more of a convenience thing. I guess sort of. Not sure how prison rape type of things would factor into all this. Where the hell is the storage unit? There's 4 there, so I suppose it's there. I just want to see what it is. We'll move on to something next. Probably the Alice Garden path, since it's so close there. But I mean, sure, you can say prison raping. that sort of thing. Violence in prisons towards other prisoners. I guess it's easy to overlook something like that because I mean they're terrible people and deserve everything they can get. Blah blah blah. But again, it's not justice, and I'm not. It doesn't exactly teach you to obey by the rules or enforce the position that society's rules are the ones that matters and everyone needs to stick to them. It's again, the main function or the thing you have to worry about once you're in such an environment is the rules that the society aren't enforced. The rules that matter are the rules between the inmates. They're the ones who really are in charge and decide the rules that dictate how you need to behave and what groups you want to associate with and that sort. It's probably leads to a situation where if you come out of the prison system, you're very unlikely to get back to normal society and function in that without causing further problems along the way. Because you didn't just pay the price for your crime and got led back to the rules of normal people. You got basically thrown away and put at the mercy of other criminals. So it's the criminal society and the rules they have is what you become familiar with, instead of the normal society that I assume how it's supposed to function. Naturally, if you see business just as a form of punishment instead of rehabilitation, you don't give a shit about such things. But it still might be, I guess, a pragmatical concern, because no one wants to see massive amounts of crime. So if it's more efficient simply to, I mean, leads to less repeat offenders, less serious violent crimes, it's at least worth considering, even if you think the purpose of jail is to just punish wrongdoers instead of just trying to make them, as many of them as possible, to function within the rules of normal society. Bar tab, hunting tab. Yeah. Let's hunt the hacker. Not sure how easy it would be to stand up to that sort of thing, though. I mean, you're basically asked to make a stand for probably the most vile portion of a society, the most hated portion. When everyone else is probably thinking everything they have is what they deserve. They did bad things, so bad things happen to them is deserved, and that sort of line. So I think it, especially in a political system that we have, it probably takes quite a bit of courage to try to make things right there. Basically saying that injustice is injustice, no matter who it happens to, and that's how laws should be applied.
他火热的气息会把你烧焦的，我的朋友。
Just making our final sweeps here. Yeah, this is quite a massive site. Not sure I want to go through all the parts. Very likely we could find out. I mean, there's a lot of them. We went through a single area, and I think it was maybe one of the smaller ones. So there's at least 5 similar areas left. It's quite a lot of parts. I suppose I should at least take a cursory glance at them. Know the environment and all that.
Circulating a petition to have 2 women on the 2nd floor of the West Wing evicted.
So there are multiple staircases. Where is this? Well, that's easily visible from the map.
I know what you have in there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw you with ferret in your shirt the other day. You know pets are not allowed in hotel.
That's not true!
I tell Mr. Chow if you not get rid of it.
You're a very mean lady.
Very mean lady. I can understand all too well that you wouldn't want to have people to have pets in an environment like this. It's already very crowded. Hello, working girls.
你看上去很疲劳，
到这儿来，
去休息
帅
会儿，
哥。
再回来。
Nothing particularly interesting, just a personal letter. Ooh, booze. Now we have full health, and I don't want to have booze in my inventory. Ah, access to my office door. 3824. Alice Gardens Hotel Manager. Ooh, so something good did came out of this. And this is just the first pod. Okay, I think that was... yeah, 0 was where we got the evidence.
More of my exclusive interview with you, Daryl. Log on to www.this is Eliza Cassad reporting to you live.
我觉得你这个人很不错，不过我实在接受不了和你在那种地方睡觉。
Okay, he's trying to convince the woman to sleep with him in a box like that. Yeah, it's not working, surprisingly. Another personal letter. Here, vent. Where is this? Ah, northeast of the 3rd floor. I don't think there would be anything particularly wrong with trying to get someone else to sleep with you in a box like this. I just think your chances of getting someone you don't know already, basically try to pick up a person in a bar or something, that might be a different matter. I suppose it depends on the quality of the bar. Okay. We're getting a decent amount of money, if nothing else.
I just don't understand how a city can grow to a point where there can be so many people and so few jobs.
We've been abandoned. That's how. Who wants to open a business when you have to fight for territory with Tom or the Tiger? Well, it's something that will turn up for me. I just made United Nations meetings about the augmentation debate.
Yeah, a lot of minor things, nothing particularly interesting. I suppose that's appropriate though, but still. Leaky roof. Your diary. Yeah, I don't want to read it.
你怎么吃这个？有问题吗？我好喜欢这个东西。
When will we be able to see the truth for ourselves?
As soon as the installation is complete.
If you would like to hear more of my exclusive
So the fire escape. 10mm pistol. Crap, crap, and more crap. Booze. Better not throw the boxes, they do damage, so don't want to start a riot here.
Yeah, so I couldn't help but sneak a look inside. And? He has so much
Booze.
stuff lying around. It's incredible. I could have snapped.
5 security, 2 brass knuckles. Needless to say, the DH is extremely disappointed in you, as am I. I told you this was a dirty job. How can you expect to become a 426 if you can't deal with one little woman? Not good. Okay. Brass knuckles. BB, about that little collection job you sent my way, I tried, man, I really did. But that bitch just won't honor the agreement. You know I'm not one to take no for an answer, especially from the ladies. But this bitch is something else. I'm thinking she actually used the ARC on me to convince me to leave her alone. You want what she owes? You need another collector. Okay, I think we are doing this job at the moment. So it would be a person who has a social enhancement augmentation. That would explain things quite well. Why it's so hard to get the money out of her. Energy hips, energy packs. That's our goal. We don't have to go there now. We got the office code to the first floor. I want to visit that first.
To deny allegations of involvement in secret United Nations meetings about the augmentation debate. Here's what the man had to say.
My visit to Prague was related.
Not sure what good that would do though. But we don't get that many codes like this, so I'd like to take a look while we can. And we don't have the codes anyway, so stop. Yeah, didn't do us much good. Wait. From Windmill. Quick to get support. Tell Tong your fireball sucks. Took me less than 5 seconds to get in and figure out the following. Logging as garden, password RBBT hole. Lucky for you, I was feeling generous and didn't change it this time. Yeah. Make sure 301 gets whatever the fuck he wants, boys, girls, internet access, soda noodles, or the fucking moon. Our LP brothers have got big plans for him in HK. Which means we need to keep him happy until we slip him onto their ship. After that, he's their problem. Not particularly useful. A little bit of extra information, I suppose. I think Windmill is the one in 301, so Basically, they're shipping him out as soon as possible.
Earthseeker's fear is in serious trouble, Eliza. And it's time that we as a species stepped up to make things better. Our best chance of doing this.
Armor-piercing system just happened to be here. Okay. Might as well get rid of it. We already have it, so...
Arctic Ocean installation is more risk than certainty. When will we be able to see the truth for ourselves?
Oh, best in town.
Yes, best in town. I'd like the concussion grenades. So... we might need to buy something. Basically any weapon. What's the cheapest? It's something, it's because I know something as a player, not because we have any other real reason. Yeah, just buy the fucking revolver. It's the cheapest one. It's not 100% necessary, but
Yeah, I will be right here.
it keeps things simple for us.
Log on to www.picusweb.com. This is Eliza Cassell.
Again, in no way necessary. Since I know it's coming, so I'll make preparations. It's an opportunity.
Millionaire Hugh Darrow has contacted me personally to deny allegations.
Not even sure what happens if you don't take it. Doesn't really matter. Well, I'm not gonna find out. I don't think as far as the overall storyline or how things go, it's a minor, totally minor detail that won't make much of a difference. So do or don't, it won't matter too much. So let's see what he has in store for us.